like, what do you do to get in the way of ransomware? Like, how do you do it? Right? And we've talked about regulatory issues and the problem with that if you issue regulations or restrictions. But what about crypto itself? Right? Like, there has been talk about in the past about coming up with a U.S. crypto standard and making other types of crypto illegal,
de-anonymizing.
Like that would theoretically getting rid of crypto would take a lot of the win from the sales, right? Not to say they wouldn't find something else, but like. Is that a way we get in front of this?
Well, let's say we did and say, I knew it was going to all those Russians who will never be extradited over here to face charges.
I mean, a $1 billion market versus whatever crypto generate. It seems like 24 hours of crypto exchange is probably more than that, right? Mm-hmm. I don't think it would ever be the driving force behind that.
You don't think it would You don't think it would actually
ransomware payments driving any kind of crypto regulation? I would be surprised personally.
No, but there's a lot more than crypto, right? Like crypto's used for a lot more illegal activity than just ransomware.
Right. Sure.
Yeah.
Right. Sure.
But I mean, that's again having some conversations this past week around this in other environments. That was part of the discussion. Is that the enablement for a lot of this illegal activity has really been the enablement of crypto, right? Without crypto, it wouldn't really be as feasible.
Yeah, that's also like saying, cyber threats wouldn't exist without portable executable file formats, right? Like it absolutely enables it, but there's no, I don't think there's any going back at all, right? Like I don't think ransomware in itself will drive that type of change in sort of like de-anonymizing crypto transactions or anything like that.
Well, along this line,
unless everyone's favorite.
I mean, taxes, right? Like that's a big part of.
Unless you tie it to terrorism.
Actually, you went there. I was hoping you wouldn't go there, but you brought it back again. Not terrorism, Anthony.
Not.
Okay. Well, we'll see what the Senate Intelligence Committee bill
treated like.
Yeah. Along this line of thought here, Dark Angels ransomware gang reportedly netting a $75 million. Ransom
it's a big one.
It is. I think the biggest before
was
somewhere around 40 million or something.
Yeah.
I feel like it was unconfirmed. I think the confirmation of some of these big payments has been
the victim was unconfirmed.
sketchy.
The victim was unconfirmed, yeah.
Right.
It was
But
supposed to be
was
a Fortune 50 company, but a $75 million payment.
And some names were floated around, but we're not going to repeat it.
Who'd you hear?
We'll bleep those out.
It's in a Slack channel.
This is not a this isn't cyber TMZ.
Yeah. But so another indication, escalating.
I mean, that's a big number, right? Like,
it's a big number.
That's a big number. Like even for a Fortune 50, that's a big
That's
number.
a
Like
and they paid it pretty darn fast.
they did.
As far as
apparently they did. Yeah. So like you got to ask yourself, like, which I did the same thing with Change. I was like, look, if you took that ransomware payment, main invest, and because that's only the payment. That's not all the other stuff, right? Associated with it.
Right.
If you took that payment and you put that into your program,
oh my goodness, I say that.
what would that do for your program?
Yeah.
Like Change is a very large group, but
It would
like,
change it.
It would absolutely change.
Yeah.
It would absolutely change that.
Yeah.
Put it into the company. Put it into the cyber. Put it into your cyber hygiene. Put it into your cyber awareness. Put it into bringing in a team that knows what they're doing. Bring that CISO in that you already probably don't even have. Bring someone into this team so we can mitigate this before it even happens.
Yeah.
But that goes back to the old, problem that security's always had, which is if you're doing a really good job, then nothing happens, right?